tonight I want to talk about one of my favorite sports in the world, and that's wrestling, y'all. And there's no better audience to do it for than an audience filled with female wrestling fans. Look at this. Look at this. Yes. I mean, people think that females don't like wrestling, but this is proof. We're all here, but haters will still say it's photoshopped. Now, before you say, wrestling isn't a sport, you should watch boxing or UFC, let me just say I'm not into that. I mean, every part of wrestling is amazing. You don't get all these great dramatic character moments in any other sport. Wrestling is like the Real Housewives on steroids. Literally. I mean, how can you not love a sport where moves sound like the titles of action movies? Just choke slam, power bomb, pile driver. Liam Neeson would do any of those without even reading the script. I love so many wrestlers, but I instantly became obsessed with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This is a true story. This is true. I am not making this up. In silent reading time for school when I was younger, I'd bring The Rock's autobiography, and because it was such a prized possession to me, I would wrap it in saran wrap, and I made my teacher lock it in her desk. I was so scared someone was gonna steal it. And all my classmates were like, Lily, we just learned about sex. We don't care about your wrestling book. Now, as a kid, I had all the posters, the fake belts. I even have a fake Dwayne doll that said stuff when you slammed it. Let's just say that doll got a bit of a workout. And when my parents wouldn't let me watch wrestling, I remember taking it out on the doll. I'd punch it and scream, "Nobody loves me!" But that didn't help, because then even The Rock would say, "It doesn't matter!" Dwayne! And and he likes that joke. Look at this guy. Wrestler entrances were always the best. I mean, anything goes. Like, Monday Night Raw was 2 hours long, but an hour and a half was just The Undertaker walking to the ring. He'll get there eventually. Yeah. If anything, he's actually walking faster than usual in that clip. Now, when I was a kid, I was such a big wrestling fan that I bought CDs of wrestlers' entrance music. Yes, this is true. I would act out entrances by myself in the basement. And thanks to Triple H, every true wrestling fan knows how to drink water the right way. Yeah, I feel like me in the first row just got real intimate right now. These days, I mostly go to live wrestling matches. Anyone been to a live wrestling match? Oh, yeah. But here's the thing. If you're at a match, you can kind of tell it's fake. I mean, they don't even touch each other. It's all about camera angles. It's just like any makeout scene in a Bollywood movie. But even though I know it's not real, I find the drama of wrestling very entertaining. I mean, not just between the wrestlers, but also with the fans. They're mostly grown men screaming, reacting, pulling out their hair. And I'm just like, come on, man. You've been with your wife for 10 years and you still don't know what's fake? Now, I love watching wrestling because you're seeing so much talent and acrobatic skill on display. But I'm not gonna lie, another reason I like watching wrestling is the butts. Yeah. When I'm at a live wrestling show, I basically turn into Sir Mix-a-Lot. Let's take a close look at those butts, by the way. Just so you know, I made sure at least one of these butts was a female. Can you guess which one? You can't! You see? Wrestling butts are legit! Now, wrestling is changing, and in a lot of ways, I think it's for the better. I mean, there are so many more female and diverse wrestlers now. It's amazing. Yes. wrestling started out as a sideshow to get more men to watch the matches. But now, a lot of the women's matches, they're better than the men's matches, am I right? Come on. We're living at a time where we have legit female stars like Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Alexa Bliss, Natty, Paige, and the list goes on. It has gotten so big that Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey headlined WrestleMania last year. And Now, that may not seem super groundbreaking to you, but in wrestling, that's basically the equivalent of having 43 female presidents in a row. Straight up. And something more groundbreaking, Saudi Arabia just hosted the first ever women's WWE match in their country, which is so progressive and a huge deal for women's rights. Yeah, it was amazing. Meanwhile, women in Saudi Arabia are just like, this is great. Can we wear makeup now? All right, let's check in with The Undertaker. Well, now I know why they call him The Undertaker. You die of old age before you ever get to see him fight.